独り言をブツブツ言いながら歩くな。こけるぞ。
何か言ってました？何かご用でしょうか？
いや、用があるわけじゃないが、偶然会って話しかけたら悪いのか。
Sometimes two people are just made for each other, and the Jinshi and Maomao pairing is a combination that's medicine for even the coldest of cold hearts. Let's take a look at some of the reasons why. Number 10. Love at first. Ugh.
誰が教えるか。世の中は無知なふりをしていた方が立ち回りやすい。だいたいこの男になんでフミのことがバレてるんだ？十分周りに気をつけていたのに。
For some, the first moment you share is filled with heart-shaped eyes and cherry blossoms. For these two though, it's a first look of disgust that starts the slow burn realization of what affection truly means for our Lord Jinshi. Or, you know, what affection he actually prefers? Being a pretty boy isn't easy, you know?
毒味役。薬屋、お前の仕事だ。
毒味役。
And while Maomao already detested his clingy attitude from the start, her look of disgust perseveres long after. May Jinshi be blessed with many more Maomao glares to come. Number 9. The one who protects.
本当に？どうか落ち着いて。
Someone who willingly tests out a bunch of poison on their arm isn't exactly a scion of normalcy. Maomao tends to have questionable standards in regards to her health, which is surprising as she tends to have pretty good sense in keeping away from politically dangerous situations.
ありがとうございます。おお、さすが気が利く。こういう豆なのがいい旦那になるんだろう。ガンガンだけど、それに比べて。
In the matters of apothecary, however, it's all fair game. Lucky for this curious cat, Jinshi is there to be the voice of common sense. Poison may indeed be delectable for Maomao, but it doesn't mean she's superhuman. Thankfully, just like in this moment, Jinshi will be by her side moving forward, giving her that comforting hand when things get hairy.
何か困ったことはないか？
お、
なんだ？何でも言ってみろ。
Number 8. The one who breaks away.
いいと思います。
いつもの視線はどう？
Life as a royal pretty boy can be pretty tiring, as I can speak from experience. With a lot of work and not a lot of time for play, Maomao's quirkiness and relatively free spirit are a beautiful sight for Lord Jinshi.
さて、姫の様子は？
Sometimes even a bit too much for his own heart. While she may have started out as just another curiosity, Maomao ended up not just being a good help in palace affairs, but also as a fun enough presence for a jaunt around the town. Throughout the series, you'd be hard-pressed to see Jinshi not chomping at the bit for as much Maomao time as he can get. I guess I would too if I were in his shoes.
どういうことだ？
下船のものゆえ、お手を触れないでいただけますか？
そんなことを言うの？
Number 7. More than an amusement.
応接室で待っているぞ。
Speaking of growing charm, an important moment for the both of them, the second coming of Maomao is the brighter arrival we missed out on from her initial kidnapping. A carriage ride he's no soon to forget. This is an important moment that reinforces exactly how precious Maomao has become to Jinshi.
薬屋、真珠の涙を流す絶世の美女の話を聞いたことはないか？なんだ？
I mean, the entire point of the scene is that he's brought her back to return with him to the palace. I wonder what more the Lord Jinshi has in store for the stone-hearted apothecary. Though I'm sure as long as medicine is involved, she'll be just fine.
何ですか？
Number 6. That feels strangely nice?
では行きましょう。
ああ、
Now, that was weird as hell. But what is a Maomao if not a curious cat? It's about time Jinshi connects the dots. All it took was the appearance of an actual cat at that. Will Maomao number 2 be just as efficient in catching baddies? Maybe not, but she'll damn sure try. I just hope these two cats learn to live peacefully. There's enough Jinshi for the both of them after all.
普段はそっけないくせに餌を与える時だけ愛想が良くなるのが腹立たしいですが。
Now those are some moments even an apothecary would have trouble brewing up. Before we move on though, how about you go ahead and brew us up some happy potions? It's pretty simple too. The ingredients are just leaving a super thanks on this video, a like, subscribe, and sending it to people you know. Now you're done. You've brewed us up some happy potions. See, it doesn't take much to keep us happy. But as always, join the discussion below if you want to join in on the fun. Now, back to the video. Number 5. I can play your games too.
なあ、まだか？
口も閉じてもらえますか？力は入れずに。
While much has been said about pretty boy Jinshi, Maomao herself is also quite familiar with using her looks as a weapon. Or at least in this case, a shield. It's easy to forget too, as she's still perfectly cute even with the freckles, though I guess I don't live in ancient China. Whatever the case, it's some turbulent times that they live in, and Jinshi recognizes the grind of watching out for oneself.
何の薬だろう。ピロリ。芋の粉か？ジンシ様の薬。
And this realization just serves as one of the first of many that showcases just how much the two of them share a parallel way of life. Both are willing to go far to make use of everything they have in their disposal to continue living the life they want.
そういう話なら玉葉様の前で説明した方が良さそうだけど。先ほどといい何なんだ？
Number 4. I got you that time.
お酒を飲んでいるのですか？
付き合いだ。仕方ない。
付き合いね。
While Jinshi is always chasing around Maomao with childish wonder, he's always fallen short of getting the usual blushes his charm gets him with others. But it was only a matter of time, of course. At the end of the day, Maomao is but a pure maiden. Well, I think so, at least. Point is, Jinshi is willing to go as deep as possible within personal space. I mean, just take a look at one of their earliest meetings. That was pretty wild for the young lord. But no matter how charming, nothing makes communication easier than communicating.
いや、あの娘をおもちゃと一緒にしてはいけないのかもしれない。
After a major blunder of getting Maomao ejected from palace duties, this moment is only made sweeter as a symbol of Jinshi's resolve. His pursuit for what he wants rather than what he has to do. And thank God he did. Who would want to miss out on some dressed up Maomao?
そういえば、ジャスミンには他にも違う効用がありました。
どんな？
不妊です。主に男性側が原因の。
Number 3. As long as I get the Gallstone.
楽しそうだな。
別に楽しくありませんけど。
Showcasing exactly why Maomao puts up with Jinshi's clingy attitude, it's simply too hard to say no to a sugar daddy. Of course it helps that Jinshi himself is a nice dude, as we've already discussed, but being hubbies with the manager in the rear palace greatly helps when it comes to getting some more exotic ingredients. It beats living in the pleasure district at least.
一人になりたいんだ。
はって、どこかで聞いたことがあるような声。ジンシ様。
Somehow, I think you can only get the bad sort of mushrooms out there. While mysteries are rampant, there's only so much you can get a Maomao to do. And also, there are many other threats that can take your cat away. I suppose the best way to the heart of an apothecary is through gallbladders and bile. I'm writing this down. I need a Maomao in my life.
それとなぜか
お？
虫から生えた奇妙な草を持ったその男は
Number 2. I don't need to understand you.
あんな顔は初めて見た。もう 二度と見たくない。
You think having to deal with the ins and outs of the rear palace on a daily basis would prepare Jinshi for understanding others. But Maomao is a girl with depth, history, and intelligence not to be trifled with. While she's just a mere servant girl in the eyes of the palace, Jinshi can't help but be bothered by the circumstances surrounding her. A true sign of affection already, if I do say so myself. After all, I am a master at relationships. How many relationships have I already had? Stop asking me questions. Slowly unraveling the history and truth behind Maomao's parents, Jinshi should realize that getting involved further is just a danger to himself. By all means, you should simply step aside and let the dysfunctional family figure things out themselves. But alas, Maomao has already grown too much in the young lord's heart. So while he really shouldn't need to, Jinshi doesn't mind taking in all the worries that accompany this little apothecary.
もう体調は戻ったのか？
ええ、水球では皆さんよくしてくれますので。ところで何かご用ですか？
Number 1. I don't want to, but I do.
何が入ってる？
これは実家からの荷物で大したものではありませんので。
おう、お前の実家から。
なんてやつだ。下着が入っていますので。
そうか。
Being a mere servant, Maomao tends to distance herself from matters of politics. Though as we all know, she doesn't shy away from a good mystery. Another thing she doesn't shy away from is helping others, particularly when their lives are on the line. Her silence has saved the plans and well-being of others in the past, but at this moment she pretty much served her own butt to the fire just because of her speculation. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and her hunch paid off amazingly well this time, ensuring the safety of the Emperor's younger brother Jinshi, though she should probably stay away from that kind of worms at the very least. And that is all for today's romantic diary. How was it? Were there any more Jinshi and Maomao moments you felt should have been here? Make sure to tell us in the comments down below. And as always, subscribe, share, and leave a like if you want to see more. Thanks for watching today's episode. We'll be seeing you next time.